I would really hope that John Swinney wouldn't even entertain the thought of meeting with Vladimir Putin or Benjamin Netanyahu. There's no moral distinction between Donald Trump and those two men. It's just about raw economic power. In fact, unlike the two of them, Donald Trump has actually been found by a jury to have sexually abused a woman. I really think that we need to set some basic standards here and also consider how history is going to look back on us. There is no moral distinction between Donald Trump and Putin or Netanyahu. And we surely need to, A, stand up for our values, but also recognize that turning on the charm with Donald Trump doesn't work. It has blown up in the faces of everyone who's ever tried. We need to be de-risking Scotland's economy. So one of the things that I've suggested is we need to be supporting whiskey exporters to move into markets like Canada, where American bourbon has come off the shelves and there's an opportunity for Scotch whiskey to replace it. Trump is a deeply dangerous and unpleasant individual. America's also just a profoundly risky market for Scotland now. We need to de-risk ourselves in that regard.
Sorry, Ross, this is where I get really annoyed. I really do, right? And by the way, just a bit of context, you might remember this. In 2021, I think, or some point, actually, after 2016, I said you were the one to watch, one of the ones to watch in Parliament. I still believe that. You've shown again today that you're very competent, might not agree with you much, but you're extremely competent, articulate in the way you put forward. But this sort of stuff bugs me so much. Because, who's to say that we won't get an extremist in Canada pretty soon leading their country? And then when you say, oh, well, we have to pivot back to the US, who have now put forward a Democrat. This is, and at the start of this conversation, you said, no, it's policies, no personalities. Again, this is all personality driven. Nobody's saying that on this podcast, I would suggest that we all think that Donald Trump's our cup of tea. But, we are the biggest market for Scotch. The US is the biggest market for Scotch whisky. It's the second biggest market for Scotch salmon. You play the ball where it lies. And of course, John Swinney should meet with Donald Trump. It's not to say he likes him as a person. It's to say that he's in charge. He's been democratically elected. You meet with people. That's politics. That's compromise. Just like us on the A96 there.